Hey guys, very warm welcome to all of you. I hope you're doing well and that you've been on this reading comprehension session every morning with me. Guys, if you're not attending the session, I hope you are viewing the video sometime later in the day so that you can do your 1 RC every day. Remember, it is now April and everybody should be doing at least one passage, at least one passage daily. If you haven't yet been doing it, guys, get started. It's high time. So anyway guys, let's get started. फटाफट announcement कर देते हैं और फिर शुरू कर देते हैं. Let's get started. Remember to use. Whoa. लाइव हो चुके हैं हम लोग, तो फटाफट स्टार्ट करते हैं. Okay, remember to use Abhi Cat Live to subscribe to Unacademy and all of that. Guys, if you are not yet connected with me on Telegram, please connect with me on Telegram using my short handle, that's AbhiCat, for my channel, which is called VARC 99.99 Abhilasha. Do find me on Telegram. Guys, here are some announcements. Ace CAT Prep with Unacademy notes. Get exclusive notes for iconic subscriptions on April 15, 2022. 9 months iconic subscription with 2 months extension with 10% off on using Abhi Cat Live, guys. So that will cost you something around 29,025. Don't miss this chance, guys. Subscribe now. For more details, you can connect with this number. Also, guys, the best notes for study material, the best study material is here. Notes for CAT and OMETs, curated under the mentorship of India's top educators. Extensive syllabus coverage, 15 modules, 500 most frequently asked questions, chapter-wise practice questions, and tips and strategies. Subscribe now. Remember, use Abhi Cat Live to subscribe and get a 10% off on all subscriptions. Also, guys, the CAT iconic flagship program for CAT aspirants is here. You can block your notes now. Limited time offer. Physical notes, GDPI WAT, live mentorship, live doubts, live test analysis, expert guidance, open house, Discord, and all the benefits of Plus. तो iconic का subscription लो, याद रहे जैसे ही अभी CAT live लगाओगे तो 10% off भी मिल जाएगा. Here is the CAT notes story. Please block your notes now. It is a limited period only offer. So October 21, we started finding out that there were lacuna in the study material. So December 21, we started extensive discussions. January 22, experts were handpicked. February 22, comprehensive notes 1 were ready. Week 1 of March, first round of review. Week 2 of March, second round of review. Week 3 of March, third round of review. Week 1 of April, final round of review by our educators. And 15th April, the notes are on the way. So that's how it is, guys. Complete batch for CAT 22 starts on 13th of April. Excel batch for CAT 22 starts on 13th of April. Okay, Unacademy Ask a Doubt is available on the website as well as the app. You can ask up to 3 doubts, get solutions for your preferred language and request a review for your solutions. Simply click, crop and submit, guys. आपको और कुछ नहीं करना है. जितने भी doubts पूछने हो आप पूछ सकते हो. अगर आप Unacademy के subscribe student नहीं हो तो भी आप ये doubts पूछ सकते हो. ऐसा कोई problem नहीं है. That's the wonderful thing, guys. All right, let's get started about these very quickly. So Well Nye, Just About, Protagonist, Hero, Anthology is a collection of short stories envisioned, saw in his mind. Dearth is shortage and Segues means to shift. Undermining, of course, is weakening. Excerpt is portion, void is empty, doodle is draw, conscience is good sense or consciousness of the goodness, and evocation is an act or fact of evoking. All right, let's get started with our article for the day. Cowboy progressives. Okay, so cowboys are men on horses who take care of cows. They round them up, they sell them, they buy them. So in the west of the United States, in the western states, think Texas, you have the cowboys. Okay, so that's what. So if you're running for president as a Republican, chances are good that you're wearing cowboy boots. noted Ryan T. Beckwith in a photo essay published by Time magazine in 2015. So there is a photo essay which says that if you are a Republican presidential candidate, you're going to be wearing cowboy boots. That means you're going to have some background as a cowboy. Beckwith's assertion came with receipts, so there was some proof. Photographs showing cowboy booted Republicans from nearly every corner of the nation. So they've had Republicans from all corners of the nation who've been cowboys. From Sarah Palin of Alaska to Tim Pawlenty of Minnesota to Rick Santorum of Pennsylvania to Mike Huckabee of Arkansas to Rick Perry and Ted Cruz of Texas. So all the Republican presidential candidates are cowboys or have some background as cowboys. Wearing cowboy boots, it seems, signals Republican fealty to an ostensibly traditional, more conservative United States. So if you are wearing cowboy boots, that shows your loyalty and the Republican loyalty, that Republicans are very loyal towards this supposedly, ostensibly means supposedly, it is a supposedly traditional, more conservative United States. So if you're wearing boots, you're a Republican, you are catering, you are representing the very traditional, very basic United States citizen. The cowboy boot fetish, fetish means craze. Okay, the cowboy boot fetish, suggested Beckwith, began with Ronald Reagan. So Ronald Reagan, president of the US from 81 to 89, that's who started this. The hobby rancher, cowboy actor and US president from 81 to 89, sorry, 81 to 89, not 87, my fault. Reagan, however, was a latecomer, so he was not the first one. The prototype, prototype means the first sample. Okay, the prototype for the cowboy conservative was Barry Goldwater, the senator from Arizona, who won the Republican nomination for presidency in 1964. So the first time this cowboy president Republican guy came in was in 1964 with Barry Goldwater. Okay, he didn't become president, that's a different thing. Goldwater joined West and South against the moderate Eastern establishment, Rockefeller wing of the Republican Party, creating what the California governor Pat Brown called the stench of fascism. Fascism is very right-wing dictatorship, right? So you have some sort of a dictatorship, but not the leftist kind of a dictatorship, right? So this is also still my way or the highway. So he represented, so the moderate side was Rockefeller and his side who were very moderate, very normal kind of people, and the other side you had Barry Goldwater, was very traditional, very conservative. That was what he was trying to do. In her recent book, How the South Won the Civil War, Oligarchy, Democracy and the Continuing Fight for the Soul of America 2020, currently Amazon's top seller in the political history category, the historian Heather Cox Richardson expands and modifies Brown's observation, arguing that Goldwater's movement conservatism, meaning vehement opposition to, vehement means very strong, huh? So vehement opposition to civil rights bills, communism, labor unions and social spending solidified a new Confederate alliance between West and South that permanently transformed the Republican Party. So the Republican Party became very, very strong. What did they get? They had this, the West and the South coming together and saying that here we are very conservative, we don't like civil rights, we don't like communism, we don't like labor unions, we don't want to spend we don't want to put money on social spending. So they became kind of that, and that became the color of the Republican Party. In Richardson's telling, the Reagan-Goldwater cowboy persona dash out of the literary myths manufactured in the late 19th century, specifically to counter Reconstruction-era racial reforms, myths that 20th century reactionaries used in their battle against civil rights. So according to Richardson, Reagan-Goldwater, this cowboy persona is coming out of literary myths which were created to counter the Reconstruction era myths, right? So they didn't want the racial reform myths to be there. They wanted one more story, so they created this cowboy persona. The anti-civil rights, anti-government alliance between South and West that began in the late 19th century, she argues, continued with early 20th century opposition to anti-lynching bills before spawning movement conservatism in 1960s. So they were very traditional, very orthodox. They did not even want anti-lynching bills and such like things. What I'd like to offer here is a counter theory. Okay. What I'd like to offer here, guys, like to kari do, like yaad aate hi like dikh gaya. Okay, what I'd like to offer here is a counter history. To the degree that progressives formed successful constituencies in the 20th century, in economic, gender, racial, and even foreign policy matters, the West was key. So the western part of the US was very important. What I'll further argue is that the Western cowboy myth often lent support to progressive politics. So the Western, the cowboy story was supporting even progressive politics. So this is anti whatever the rest of the passage was saying. Contrary to what many modern progressives imagine, the conservative monopoly on the cowboy myth is as much a commentary on the Democratic Party's drift towards a professional middle class constituency as it is a commentary on Republican reaction. So despite what modern progressives imagine, the fact that there is a conservative monopoly on the cowboy myth, that means the Conservative Party, the Republicans hold conservativeness and cowboys together, is a commentary on the Democratic Party's drift towards this middle class. Okay, so it's as if that the Democrats have gone towards the middle class, and the Republicans have reacted in an absolutely other way, and that's why they have gone to the other side. So it appears to be like this, guys. All right, I hope you understood this passage. Very interesting passage. AEON essays, of course, do read it out. What is the purpose of the passage? To produce a counter view to the commonly held view, to introduce a new idea, to compare two perspectives, to arrange chronologically the cowboy narrative. Come on, guys. Let's get this show on the road. Good morning, Yogesh, Aman, Sharanya, Anjali, Sudha, Krishna, Shubham, Arman, Vidhi, Dheeraj, Harsh. All right, so the purpose of the passage, let's understand it. What was the passage doing? The passage was talking about the fact that the conservatives or the Republicans, that's who they are, hold a monopoly on the cowboy story. And then towards the end of the author says, but I am going to bring to you a counterpoint. So I'm going to show you that this is not really the way it is, right? So he does produce a counter view to the commonly held view. The commonly held view is Republicans is equal to cowboys, right? But the author is trying to produce a counter view to the commonly held view. So therefore, correct answer is A. To introduce a new idea, no, he is not introducing any new idea. He is not comparing. Does he give you, hey, this is 1, this is 2, hey, this is the advantage of 1, this is the advantage of the second? No, so there is no comparison. And does he arrange chronologically the cowboy narrative, that the cowboy narrative started this year, then this, then this, then this, then this? No. It is telling you the connection between cowboys, the Wild West story, and the Republican Party, right? So therefore cannot be D. So yeah, the correct answer A. All right, what is suggested in the passage? Which of these can be inferred from the passage? Let's take a moment. Good morning, you guys. Naveen, good morning. Gaurav, good morning. सृष्टि के ने सारे ऑप्शंस बता दिए. Srishti, any option that is left now? All right, which of these is suggested? Remember, suggested means it can be inferred from the passage. That means it cannot be something that's mentioned in the passage. Democrats are as much cowboys as Republican. Author supports cowboys. Cox is Amazon best-selling author on political history currently. Sarah Palin is a Republican. So eliminate all the facts, eliminate all the distortions, and then what you're left with would probably be something that you could infer. Morning, Ashwini. All right, so let's take a look. So Sarah Palin is a Republican is a mentioned fact. So let's eliminate that. Cox is Amazon best-selling author on political history currently is also mentioned. So let me eliminate that. Author supports cowboys. Does the author anywhere say that I am pro-cowboy or I am anti-cowboy? He does not. Nowhere does the author mention that, and therefore cannot be B also. So Democrats are as much cowboys as Republicans. See, the first part of the passage said, please understand this. The first part of the passage said that Republicans are equal to cowboys. They bring that cowboy story out, right? Republicans. Then the author says, but I have a counterpoint to prove. I am bringing to you a story that's the exact opposite. So that means what is he going to try and tell you? That it's not just the conservatives who hold a monopoly on the West, the Wild West story or the cowboy story. It may just be the Democrats also who are holding on to the cowboy story. So that's what the writer wants to tell you. And therefore, Democrats are as much cowboys as Republicans. That's what the passage is trying to say. So this is what is inferred from the passage, option A. Which of the following can be the tone of the author in this line? Take a moment. The prototype for cowboy conservative was Barry Goldwater, the senator from Arizona who won the Republican nomination for the presidency in 1964. Is it disparaging, factual, laudatory, or ironic? Come on, guys. Good morning, Darshit. Come on, guys. Yeah, so now if you look at this, prototype was Barry Goldwater, senator from Arizona, won Republican nomination in 64. All facts. So therefore, yes, answer will be B, factual, not disparaging. Disparaging means, so looking down at someone, insulting someone. So we are not insulting anyone. So no. Laudatory, of course, means praising someone. So we did not praise anyone also. So no. And ironic is when you say something and you do the exact opposite, right? So that also there is no irony here. And therefore the correct answer will be B, factual. Okay. All right. Let's look at this last question for the day. The filler. Likes देखा नहीं अभी तक. Likes दिखाओ भाई. 21 likes हैं for 28 people. Guys, please make sure that you've liked the session. If you haven't yet liked it, फटाफट से like कर दो. Word of the day, fill in the blanks. In Richardson's telling, the Reagan Goldwater cowboy persona dash out of literary myths manufactured in the late 19th century specifically to counter Reconstruction era racial reforms, myths that 20th century reactionaries used in their battles against civil rights. So, troubled out of literary myths, peddled out of literary myths, revoked out of literary myths, या evolved out of literary myths. कहाँ से आया था? Guys, I just like to thank everyone who's been using my referral code to subscribe to Unacademy. I can't tell you how happy, ecstatic, rapturous, joyful it makes me when I see that ting going on. It is just the most amazing thing that happens. So guys, please continue to use my referral code AbhiCat to subscribe to Unacademy. If you have any questions about subscribing, you know how to connect with me. Do connect with me and I will update you as to what you can be doing. You can also get in touch with the Unacademy team. They will also help you, but yeah. So connect with me right away. In class, elsewhere, on Telegram, wherever. Darshit, words will matter because ultimately you will have to read. And if you don't know words, you can't read much. So if you are a plus student, do join from tomorrow when I'll be starting off my new plus course on word power. That'll be at 5 p.m. Guys, I hope all of you remember that 13th of April, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. we are starting with our word power made easy course. Do make sure you're joining in. हाँ, मेरा last ही question है. Avinash, you know there is no such thing as a veg biryani. It is just pulao that you're talking of. There is no such thing as biryani which is veg. All right. So in Richardson's telling, the Reagan Goldwater cowboy persona came out of, it was brought out of, so evolved out of literary myths manufactured in the late 19th century, specifically to counter Reconstruction era racial reforms, myths that 20th century reactionaries. So these stories came out of certain things, right? So troubled out nahi ho sakta, peddled out nahi ho sakta. Peddle means to sell. Okay, peddlers jo hote hain, they are sellers. So peddle means sell. Revoke means cancel. So it was not cancelled, it came out of. So evolved out of the literary myths, and that's the correct answer. D, evolved. Okay. All right, let's get your scores in, everyone. Guys, remember 12 noon today we've got GK quiz. Do join in. I'll be waiting for you guys. Okay. Also guys, क्या बताना था? I know, Yash. The myth's been shattered. There is no such thing as a veg biryani. Let's get your scores in. Very good, Shubham. 4 on 4 makes me very, very happy. Others, let's get your scores. 2, Aman, Yash, 3, Yash, 2. Arman, 2. अमित क्या करें, पर यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. Sudha 3, Shuvro 4, Amandeep 3, Gaurav 2. I feel so bad that you have to miss out on the classes. I wish मैं थोड़ा और लेट कर सकती, लेकिन इतने सारे टीचर्स का कोऑर्डिनेशन करना पड़ता है while you are creating a batch. It is absolutely crazy what to do. I know, but I hope you are now able to do the 8:30 9:30 batch because that is pretty late. So I hope that 8:30 9:30 intermediate batch you will be able to attend. अब और क्या ही बोलूं यार, मतलब I know this is problematic but can't help it. ठीक है, चलो. Okay guys, remember to use AbhiCat Live. Remember to hit like, share, subscribe and the bell icon. और हाँ, AbhiCat Live जरूर use करना to get 10% off on all Unacademy courses and to subscribe. Guys, whether you're subscribing to CAT, whether your friends and family are subscribing to UPSC, IIT, NEET, Bank PO, SSC, CLAT, any product of Unacademy, you can very well use AbhiCat Live to get your 10% off. So it's a coupon code that will work at every place on Unacademy. It may just work at Versace also. Who knows? All you need to do is buy something at Versace and use my coupon code there. So वहां पे भी ट्राई कर सकते हैं. अगर वहां नहीं होगा तो भी चलेगा, यहाँ तो 100% होगा. तो Unacademy के सारे प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए प्लीज यूज AbhiCat Live as your referral code. I'm hoping that I will see you at noon for the GK class, GK quiz, and then I will see you at 5 p.m. and at 8:30 p.m. for our regular classes. Thank you so much everybody. Have a nice day. 12 बजे मिलते हैं. Adios मेरे amigos.